The story of Vigneshwara. Sutta Maharishi started narrating the story of the genesis of Vigneshwara, the negative effects of viewing moon and the remedies for that to the gathering consisting of sages as Saunaka. Once upon a time, there lived a demon king Gajasura in the elephantine form, who undertook a severe penance to appease Lord Shiva. The Lord was pleased with his devotion and asked him to state his wish. Gajasura sought the boon that the Lord reside in his stomach forever. Shiva, being the devotee's god, acceded to this request and entered the stomach of Gajasura. Meanwhile, in the Kailasha Loka, Parvati Devi was searching for her husband. She got to know that her husband was residing in Gajasura's abdomen. At a loss to know what to do, she approached Lord Vishnu and requested thus, O Lord, even earlier you have saved my husband from Bhasmasura. I request you to save my husband this time also. Lord Vishnu comforted and sent her back. He called for a conference for Brahma and other devas, where it was decided that Gajasura needed to be killed. Nandi, Shiva's vehicle, took the form of a festive bullock, Gangiredu, while the gods took forms of various musicians, with Lord Vishnu taking up Sehanai. They reached the capital of Gajasura and gave a fine performance, which impressed and gladdened his heart. He asked them to state their wish, at which point Lord Vishnu revealed their true identities and told him to free Lord Shiva. Having realized that his death was imminent, Gajasura requested Lord Shiva, who was still in his belly, to grant him two boons. His head would be so worthy of prayer and devotion across the three worlds, and his skin would be torn by Lord Shiva. These boons having been granted, Nandi tore the entrails of Gajasura with its horns, thus freeing Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva praised Lord Vishnu for freeing him, while the latter advised him to not grant such boons to demons, as it is equivalent to feeding a vicious snake with milk. Lord Vishnu returned to Vaikunta, while Lord Shiva started to Kailasha. Parvati Devi heard of the happenings and with the objective of welcoming her husband in all finery, she proceeded to have bath. She created the figure of a boy with sandalwood dough and gave it life. She appointed this boy as a gatekeeper to her abode. Parvati Devi finished her bath, bedecked herself with jewels, and was awaiting the arrival of her husband in her quarters. Meanwhile, Lord Shiva was stopped by the boy at the gate. With great anger, Shiva used his trishul and severed the head of the boy. Shiva entered the abode of Parvati, and she welcomed him with worship and devotion. With great happiness, they were talking to each other when the topic of the boy at the gate came up. Lord Shiva regretted for what had happened. He stuck the head of Gajasura to the lifeless body of the boy, brought him life and named him Gajanana. He was treated as a son by Lord Shiva and Parvati Devi. Gajanana also received his parents with great devotion. For easy mobility, he selected Anindya, the king of rats, as his mode of transport. After some time, Kumara Swami was born to Lord Shiva and Parvati. He was strong, had a peacock as his vehicle, and commanded the army of gods. One day, all the gods and rishis came to worship Lord Shiva and requested him to appoint a leader for all the obstacles, and Adipati of the Vignas, Gajanana, requested his dad to give him the position as he was the eldest son, while Kumara Swami requested that he be given the position since Gajanana is a dwarf, unqualified and incapable. Lord Shiva told his sons that whoever been between the two would bathe in all the holy rivers of the world and come back to reach him first would be given the position. At which point Kumaraswamy took off on his peacock vehicle and sped away. Stunned, Gajanana went to his father, bowed to him in reverence and prayed, "Dad, how could you ask me to do such a task knowing my capabilities? I am a servant of your lotus feet. Please show sympathy towards me and advise me as your deemed feet." At this, Lord Shiva became compassionate and asked his son to recite Narayana mantra. Gajanana, rejoiced at his dad's advice, stayed put in Kailasha and starting reciting the mantra with great devotion. Due to the effect of the mantra, Kumaraswamy, who was approaching the river Ganges to take bath, saw Gajanana just finish his bath in the river and proceeding to the next. The same process repeated at each of the rivers, numbering 3.5 crores. Surprised and blaming the ineffectiveness of his own strengths, Kumaraswamy returned to Kailasha, bowed to Gajanana, who was near his father, and prayed to his father thus, "Dad, I did not realize the prowess of my elder brother. Please excuse my earlier utterances and bestow the position to my elder brother." Lord Shiva appointed Gajanana as the Vignadhipati on the auspicious day of the Bhadrapada Shruddha Chaturthi. That day, all people worshipped Lord Vigneshwara and offered sweets and delicacies apart from coconuts, milk, honey, bananas, etc. The Lord ate some of them, fed some of them to his vehicle, and carried some of them home in the late evening, taking slow steps. He reached Kailasha and tried to bow to his parents. However, he had difficulties as his hands did not reach the ground while his stomach touched the ground. If he forcibly brought the hands to the ground, his legs automatically rose up. Seeing his difficulties in bowing, the moon, who was decorating Lord Shiva's head, laughed derisively. At this, Vigneshwara was swung to the quick, his belly gave way. The foodstuffs he consumed rolled out and he dropped dead. A desolate Parvati Devi wailed and cursed the moon thus, O sinner, my son died because of your evil glances. From now on, people who will see you will face unfounded or baseless accusations of sinning. Nilapa Nindalu. The effect of the curse on the rishis' wives. At the same time, the Sapta rishis were doing a yaga and going around the sacrificial fire along with their wives. Agni, the fire god, was smitten by the beauty of the rishis' wives, but felt helpless and started declining in his prowess, as he was afraid that the rishis would curse him if they caught him in his misdemeanor. Realizing this, Agni's wife Swaha Devi took the form of all the wives of the rishis with the exception of Arundhati and served her husband. The rishis, not knowing the truth, suspected the fidelity of their wives and disowned them. The wives of rishis suffered for no fault of theirs. This was the effect of seeing the moon after Parvati Devi's curse. Various gods conferred with Lord Brahma and informed him of the treatment meted by Saptarshis to their wives. Being the omniscient one, Lord Brahma took the Saptarshis the truth and enlightened them about a curse on seeing moon. He went to Kailasa along with them, paid respects to Shiva and Parvati, and propitiated them by reviving Vigneshwara from death. Then the gods prayed to Parvati Devi, thus, O mother, your curse is causing harm to the entire universe. We request you to remove your curse. Thus appeased, Parvati Devi modified the curse, limiting its effect of the day moon laughed at Vigneshwara, i.e., example, the day of Bhadrapada Shuddha Chaturthi. Happy with his arrangement, Brahma and other gods returned to their respective abodes and exercised caution by not viewing moon on the day of Bhadrapada Shuddha Chaturthi, aka Vinayaka Chaturthi. In the Dwapara Yuga, sage Narada visited Lord Krishna at his abode in Dwaraka, made obeisance and discussed various matters with him. Before the evening set, he sought leave of Krishna and said, O Lord, the evening will set in a short time. Today is the day of Vinayaka Chaturthi. Owing to Parvati Devi's curse, no one should see the moon tonight. Hence, I'd like to reach home before dusk. Please grant me leave. Thus he narrated the story of the precious times to Lord Krishna and left for his abode in the heavens. Then Lord Krishna made it known in the entire city of Dwaraka that no one should see the moon that night. That night, he being the lover of milk, Krishna started milking a cow and saw the reflection of the moon in the milk vessel accidentally. He wondered what the effect of this would be and what accusation he would have to face. After some time, Satrajit, the king who had received the Syamantaka gem from Surya, the sun god, visited Dwaraka to meet Lord Krishna. After the usual courtesies, they started talking, and Lord Krishna asked him to present the gem to Emperor Ugrasena. At this, Satrajit remarked, "Daily, this gem bestows 8 measures of gold. Only a fool would give it up." In response, Krishna did not press his request any further. One day, Prasenjit, Satrajit's youngest brother, wore the gem in a necklace and went into the forest for hunting. There, a lion mistook the gem to be a meatball and killed Prasenjit in an attack. In turn, it was attacked by a huge bear, which carried away the gem and presented it to its baby daughter as a plaything. The next day, Satrajit, anxious that his brother has not yet returned from the hunt, suspected Lord Krishna and spread the word that Krishna has killed my brother and stole a gem, as I was not willing to give him the same. Krishna came to know of this and realized that his baseless accusation that he was facing now is the result of seeing the moon on the day of Vinayaka Chaturthi. In an effort to clear his name, Krishna went to the forest along with his entourage, followed the trail of Prasenjit, found his dead body, realized that he was killed by a lion, and decided to follow its footprints. After traveling some distance, Lord Krishna realized from the footprints that a lion was attacked by a bear, and hence followed the trail after bear leading to an entrance of a huge cave. Asking his entourage to wait outside, Krishna entered the cave and saw the gem hanging from the cradle of a little bear girl. As Krishna removed the gem, the girl started crying. An ayah came rushing, saw Krishna, and shouted that a strange man has entered the cave. This hullabaloo caught the attention of the huge bear, who was none other than the bear king Jambavata. Angrily, he attacked Krishna with his claws and jaws. Krishna retaliated by attacking him with trees, stones, and even bare hands. The duel went on non-stop, day and night, for a long period of 28 days. Then Jambavata recognized that he was weakening and that his strength was sapping. He realized that Krishna was none other than an avatar of Lord Rama. When Rama slayed Ravana and defeated the demon king's armies with the help of Vanara, monkey men, and Baluka, bear armies, that he asked Jamabhavanta to choose a boon for the services rendered. Jambavanata, in a not so well taught request, want to have a duel with Lord Rama. Then Lord Rama assured him that he would have a duel in the due course of time. Now Jambavanta realized that his wishes has at last been granted and prayed to Krishna to forgive his misdemeanor. Krishna forgave him readily and spoke thus, O king of bears, I've come here in the search of Syamantaka gem so that I can free myself of the baseless allegations hurled at me. Hand over the gem to me so that I can live and prove my innocence. Jambavanata not only gave the gem back but also gifted his daughter Jambavati to Krishna. Krishna came out of the cave with the gem and his bride Jambavati informed his entourage of the happenings in the cave and reached his abode. He called for his son Satrajit, narrated to him the truth in a large assembly of people, and returned the gem. Ashamed, Satrajit repented the baseless accusations he hurled at Lord Krishna. He offered a hand to his daughter Satyabhama in marriage to Krishna and also gave the gem to Krishna. While Krishna accepted the hand of Satyabhama, he returned the gem back to Satrajit on an auspicious day when Lord Krishna was to marry Jambavati and Satyabhama. All the rishis and gods descended to the venue of marriage, praised Krishna and prayed, thus, O mighty one, only you could free yourself of such accusations, as you are infinitely capable. What about insignificant beings like us? Krishna, the compassionate one, declared in response, even if someone sees the moon accidentally on the day of Vinayaka Chaturthi, he has no need to fear about the baseless allegations as long as he has performed the Ganapati Puja that morning. Heard the story of the Syamantaka gem and placed the Akshi Natalu, raw rice mixed with turmeric, on his head. The gods and rishis returned to their abodes in a happy frame of mind with this assurance from Lord Krishna. Thus, Sutta Maharishi finished narrating the story of the curse relating to Ganadipati and its remedy to the gathering consisting of sages such as Saunaka. Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. May the whole populace live happily.
Yes. Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu means?
May the whole populace live happily.
Yes. All the beings in this world live happily. Sarve Jana means all the people. Jana means people.
Jana. The end.
The end. Claps. Claps for Hanish first. Boy.
Claps. To read story.
Yes, sir.
Applause to Hanish also.
Wait.
Yeah, Ganesha, Ganadipati.
Story
It's so long, I can't feel my legs.
Yeah, I know that.
Oh.
Yes.
I feel like
They
I'm
would be the
sitting
same.
on nothing.
They would be the
I'm sitting on nothing.
Go, guys. Jesus and head out the. Put Banu. Banu, you also.
I can't do.
No problem. Yes.
I can't like this.
ఆ చేతి ఎద్దు ఈ చేతి లెఫ్ట్
దండం పెట్టు. దండం పెట్టుకుని విషెస్
దండం పెట్టేసుకో
దండం పెట్టుకుని
ఫస్ట్ Salt.
Ask your
Ah,
Yeah, no,
Hey,
it's
you
okay,
can't
it's
do
okay.
that.
It's okay.
sit right.
You are worse
Hello.
at cooking very bad.
ఇలాగా
Ganesha is watching you.
Oh yeah.
విశేష్
No, but I already.
అయిపోయింది విశేష్
Just like this, you can sit like this, kneel down. Better. You feel better. Yeah.